Creating an online course. I'm Barbara Ellen Fox, and I'm here to give you some ideas about making an online course. We'll discuss courses, how to choose a topic, the various media you'll use, the steps for putting a course together, and how you can publish your course when you're ready. No doubt, if you've perused online courses, you've noticed their huge range. You can receive a degree from major universities by taking their courses. There are other courses that give you certificates in social media and marketing, and there are courses that are solely for self-improvement or fun. Millions of people take online courses each year in a vast range of subjects for as many reasons. Authors should take advantage of the learning trend by sharing their knowledge. Sharing knowledge builds online authority and credibility. Teaching people creates trust with readers, and sharing your knowledge gives your reader value. If a course is used as a reader magnet, it will help you reach more people and increase traffic to your website. And if you choose to sell your courses, you could create passive or evergreen income. At this point, you may be thinking that this sounds like a huge undertaking. And I won't lie to you, developing a course takes a lot of work. But once it's finished, you'll have a product you can use over and over again. An online course is simply a mix of various types of media, PDFs, images, audio files, videos, and depending on what you choose, you might include homework or quizzes and progress reports, certificates, and badges. The point is, you choose what goes into your course. You can make an involved course with modules and rewards, or you can make a simple PDF course. The course we'll discuss today is a simple reader magnet to draw people to sign up to your newsletter. A newsletter reader or reader magnet can be a drip campaign using your newsletter's provider to send out lessons over a period of time. I use my course as a newsletter magnet, but not in a drip campaign. I promise a new video lesson every few months to my subscribers, hoping this will keep them engaged. The only way to get my courses, Writing the Historical American Horse and Write Horses Right, at this time, is to be a newsletter subscriber. As I add more courses to my library, I may release older lessons into the YouTube general public. Some of you are likely doubting there is anything you could make a course about. But I'm here to tell you, everyone knows something they can teach someone else. In fact, once you begin to think about it, you'll probably have multiple topics. Grab a notebook and a pencil. I'll ask you a few questions to get you started. Be ready, because I want you to make a list of everything that comes to mind. How can you connect readers to your writing? For instance, most of my stories have horses in them, so making a course to help writers include horses accurately in their stories was a good fit. But what if you write about a family who travels in a covered wagon to settle in Oklahoma? Your course could be about life on a wagon train, or about homesteading in Oklahoma, or it could be about how to make a campfire meal in a Dutch oven. Or how about teaching your readers about the parks and exhibits, about prairie life that follow a trail to Oklahoma? That would help them prepare a vacation. What could you teach a newbie who wants to become an author? Can you teach someone how to outline a novel? How to research their historical? How to enter a writing contest? What can you teach about character development? Can you deconstruct a novel? Do you know the steps for writing a book proposal? Can you make a book cover? Do you know how to upload the finished product to Amazon? Or your course can connect your readers to you. Aside from writing, what are you passionate about? What are your hobbies? What do people most frequently ask you to do? Do you garden or crochet? Do you bake or sew? What great life lessons have you learned that you could help another person with? Maybe you can put on a bungee harness. Or maybe you can parallel park a vehicle. Can you change a tire? Can you teach a cat to walk on a leash? Every time I've tried, mine just lay down and act like they're dead. Or consider your holiday memories. Can you organize a holiday movie marathon complete with Santa PJs, peppermint popcorn, and hot chocolate? Think about how much you enjoy connecting with your favorite authors. Your readers will love connecting with you. Okay, let's talk equipment. People will tell you you don't need expensive equipment, but I say you do. Your computer and cell phone cost plenty. Just because you already own it doesn't make it less expensive. The point is that you don't have to buy anything new to make a course. If you plan to shoot video, your cell phone, iPad, or tablet is probably sufficient. In this section, I'll give you examples of ways you could make videos. If you choose to use slides or photos, you may already have a great program on your computer, such as PowerPoint or Keynote. You can also use online programs like Canva or BookBrush. I've made slideshows successfully in Canva, but was curious about using BookBrush for video course. Kathleen at BookBrush said BookBrush's custom creator would make great slides for presentation. Then those images could be added to the trailer creator. The first videos I did for writing the historical American horse were done with Doodly, a whiteboard animation program. Doodly was fun and easy to use and had music available and pictures, but it's pricey, and I only recommend it if you'll do lots of videos. And so you'll see an example of it in this next clip. Your historical fiction readers could live in the 38 million American households that have a horse lover in them. Amazing, right? You don't have to be horse fluent to write like a pro. Just 4 enjoyable lessons to get you started. In this training, you'll learn about the horseman's outlook, trust, the horse's size, and the horse's needs. And best of all, it's free. You can ride horses authentically. Start by accessing my free course at barbaraellenfox.com now. The next clip is a combination of the whiteboard program and photos. It was also fun and easy to do, and I kept the videos for that lesson in Doodly to around 3 minutes each. When a horse is fearful or threatened, his first instinct is to run. He's a prey animal, and history has shown his biggest predator is man. If the horse cannot run away, he will fight for his freedom. Just like a person, how hard he fights depends on the will of the animal. Only the tough fighter lasts in the wild. Sometimes the fighter spirit lives in a domestic horse like Escador, the horse in my story, Remember Not. For the next clip, I used a combination of video and slides in iMovie. Do an internet search for the video software that works best with your computer. You may even have what you need on your phone. If you haven't made videos before, it's worth your time to learn your program. Congratulations, you've decided to learn to ride a horse. But do you ever wonder where to start? My name is Barbara Ellen Fox, and I'm an author and writing instructor at thewritinginstructor.net. In this video, we'll discuss the things you might want to do while riding a horse and the best way to achieve your goals. We'll begin by talking about learning to ride. Then we'll discuss the riding disciplines, and finally, we'll talk about some of the activities you can choose. Commonly, I run into two questions about learning to ride. The first one is usually, how long does it take to learn to ride? As you can see, there are multiple ways you can make video. Some of the video clip included in this class came from Canva. Most of the images came from Canva as well. But don't ignore the fact that you may have terrific photos of your own on your computer. And of course, always make sure photos and music are royalty-free. I use Pixabay and Unsplash too. And remember, you can also shoot live video of yourself teaching or demoing your lesson. There are many types of PDF that you can use in your course. The simple expository lesson, notes of a video, a resource sheet with links to websites and a list of books and other information, a lesson workbook, slides from your slideshow, and a PDF booklet. Now that you have ideas for topics, know the tools you'll need, and have a feel for the different types of videos you could make, let's talk about a typical course. As I've mentioned before, you can do an all PDF course and send it to subscribers in multiple lessons as a drip campaign. You can also do this with short videos. I have found that people prefer shorter videos over longer ones. Your course could have a short video or two and a PDF for each module. A module is a unit of learning. Shorter units are easier to digest and also are easier to accommodate with today's lifestyle. If you were doing a course on editing, you could have modules for weasel words, sentence structure, backstory, active verbs, or whatever you will cover in your editing lesson. Just like research is important for a story, it is also important for your course. Immerse yourself in your topic and research even if you know your subject really well. You never know what tips you might pick up for your reader. And I like to see what has been done on my topic. A script is crucial because it saves you a bundle of time. If you're using PDFs without videos, you won't need a script. But if you're using a slideshow or video, writing a script will lay the foundation for your course. Write out the information you want to teach, then break it into small paragraphs. Each of these small paragraphs will be a slide or a section of video. You may find as you work through your slides that you want to divide your paragraphs farther. Go ahead and do it. It's always best to give information in smaller bites. As a bonus, when you're finished with your script, embellish it and polish it up, and then save it as a PDF for your students, and you've created extra value for your course. Now it's time to launch. But where? There are several ways to host a course. The first thing I do is to upload my course on a video website such as YouTube or Vimeo. A simple internet search will give you lots of options. I use YouTube because it's free and because it's considered the second largest search engine by some people. There are a variety of ways to share your course. Through your newsletter service, through WordPress, through Wix, or through a course hosting company known as MOOC, Massive Open Online Course. The easiest way to make your course available is through your newsletter hosting service. Have a call to action in an email, on social media, or on your website letting people know they are signing up for your newsletter. You'll set up your automation with your newsletter company to send out lessons at your own pace, such as once a week, every day, or whenever you choose. This is a simple and automatic method and works well with PDF files, but also can work well with video. Your provider will have directions for uploading and scheduling your PDFs and videos. Since I want people to sign up for my newsletter and I want traffic at my website, I host the course on my webpage. I use WordPress. My hosting company is GoDaddy, and instead of an LMS plugin, I use a company called Thrive Themes, which has a program called Thrive Apprentice for courses. What I use is not better than any of my suggestions, it just works for me. The first time I offered a course as a lead magnet and did a tiny bit of marketing, my newsletter subscribers doubled. You can also use Wix. I'm not experienced with Wix simply because I use WordPress, but my research makes Wix look interesting. They have quite a few templates for course creations that can be added to an existing web page or to a new Wix page. There are many companies that are full-service course hosting companies. Those are those MOOCs. Most of these companies have a free trial or a trial version, but they are ultimately designed for people who create courses for sale, and the companies charge a fee for hosting. These companies take the hassle out of hosting courses and make it much easier. Examples of course hosting companies are Thinkific, Teachable, Udemy, and Skillshare. An internet search will reveal dozens of companies. Now that you've finished and uploaded your course, you'll want to be imaginative about getting the word out to everyone. Your free course should be fun to market because you're giving a gift to people. I call this part of the lesson Granny Square Marketing because, well, whoever thought someone would market granny squares? Some years ago, I was at my first agent appointment at an ACFW conference when the agent said, "Ooh, you could do focus groups." Not wanting to look dumb, I nodded my head and agreed with her. I had no idea what a focus group was. Now I know a focus group is a group of people who are all concentrating on the same thing. If, for instance, my story has a golden retriever in it, and I want to let Goldie lovers know I've written their story, I'll look for a group of people who hashtag golden retrievers, or hashtag Goldies, or hashtag Goldie lovers. You get the point. Every person we win to our newsletter or courses is a potential reader or friend or both. Look at your focus groups. Let's assume your new course is on your special way of crocheting granny squares. And just so you know, I haven't made a granny square since just after high school. Put an announcement about your granny square course on your website. Include an announcement in your next newsletter so subscribers may tell their friends. And be sure to include a link to the course for your subscribers. Always give them gifts when you can. Did you know there are more than 50 groups devoted to granny squares on Facebook? Reach out, make friends, and let them know about your Granny Squares course. And don't forget to announce your course on your own Facebook page. There are hundreds of hashtags for granny squares and crocheting on Instagram. Make a meme about your course and use lots of hashtags. And Pinterest? Hundreds. The point is, go where the people are actively engaging in conversation about granny squares and make some friends. Find a few granny square forums online, make friends, and tell them about your course. You're already making videos, so why not make one the appropriate length for Facebook, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok if you indulge. Join the ACFW promotion loop and promote your course. Have fun with marketing. Consider making new friends by interacting with people who like what you do. You are, after all, giving them a gift with your course. When you get nervous about marketing, whether it's your course or your book, remember our granny in the marketing clip and knock out the negative self-speak. Then raise your glove over your head and say, I can do this. I've included a PDF for you with some notes and resources. If you cannot access it, email me at barbara@barbaraellenfox.com and I'll send you a copy. You can also email me if you have questions about anything in this lesson. I hope this lesson gave you some ideas and incentive for making your own online course. I'd love to view it once it's posted. Visit me at barbaraellenfox.com anytime, or if you're a horse nut like me, you can catch me at theridinginstructor.net. And if you're an author who wants to ride horses like a pro, you know where to find me. And thank you for watching this course on online courses to the end.